The Monsters of Chernobyl, Legends and Reality. Hey folks, today we're diving into the eerie and fascinating world of Chernobyl. With its haunting history and the legends that have sprouted from it, you might have heard whispers about monstrous creatures lurking in the shadows. In this video, let's explore the line between fact and fiction in the tales weaving around this infamous site. Are these monsters real or just figments of our imagination? Let's find out. The Chernobyl disaster. Background. First things first, a little refresher on what happened at Chernobyl. On April 26, 1986, the world witnessed one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. The explosion at reactor number 4 released massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The immediate aftermath was catastrophic. Thousands faced severe health issues, and many residents had to evacuate their homes within a matter of hours. To this day, the exclusion zone remains a no-go area due to the lingering radiation and environmental wreckage. It's a stark reminder of what can happen with our energy sources when things go horribly wrong. The birth of legends. Now, let's talk about those wild legends. Following the disaster, stories began to sprout like weeds in a garden. From wolf-like mutants prowling the deserted streets to radioactive monsters haunting what was once a bustling city, these myths took on a life of their own. Some of these stories were amplified by movies and media, which thrilled the world with dark tales of apocalypse and mutation. But not all of it is pure fiction. We've also seen local folklore evolve, with residents sharing these eerie tales, some influenced by the fear and uncertainty surrounding radiation. Realities of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. So what's really happening in Chernobyl today? While the place is still largely abandoned, Mother Nature is reclaiming it in fascinating ways. The exclusion zone has become a unique wildlife refuge. Yes, you heard that right. Animals like wolves, bears, and even Przewalski's horses have found a way to thrive in this strange post-apocalyptic landscape. Studies show that some wildlife populations are actually increasing, adapting to the conditions surprisingly well, despite higher levels of radiation. Analyzing the legends. Here's where things get really interesting. Let's dig into the legends of Chernobyl and see if there's any truth behind them. Some folks claim to have seen strange creatures while exploring the zone. But let's be honest, fear and anxiety can play tricks on our minds, especially in such a spooky setting. The human brain loves to create stories, especially when faced with something as unsettling as nuclear fallout. So could it be a case of adrenaline-fueled imaginations going wild in the abandoned streets? Absolutely. The stories endure because we're a society built on storytelling, and sometimes we crave a little thrill, even if it comes in the form of a radioactively altered monster. Documented cases versus urban legends. Now, what about those documented cases everyone talks about? Believe it or not, there have been a few strange sightings over the years. But when you compare them to the abundance of urban legends, it's clear most tales of monsters are more sensational than factual. Sure, people like to exaggerate for effect, and urban legends thrive on the mysterious and unexplained. Evidence-based reports pale in comparison to the wild stories, making you wonder if it's just our human nature to embellish the creepy to make it more thrilling. Conclusion. So, after all this digging into legends and realities, what's the bottom line? While Chernobyl is home to some mythical stories that can send shivers down your spine, the reality is much less monstrous and far more fascinating. By educating ourselves about what really happened, we can appreciate the lessons learned while respecting history's shadows. Call to action. So what do you think? Do you believe in the Chernobyl monsters, or do you think they're just exaggerated tales? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you're enjoying the journey through these historical horrors, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more intriguing content on stories from the past. And don't miss our upcoming video, where we'll explore more oddities and urban legends from around the world. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.